Hi. No Noah today. If you're new to the channel, I'm Dylan. Usually I have a squat brown man with me. He has a job and I currently don't. So, I decided to kind of make it a little bit proactive, this whole unemployment thing. And I've also wanted to get back into my pastels. So, I'm going to show you guys why I think this is better than oil painting. For just kind of the layman, because I'm not a good painter. I know a bunch of guys who are better painters than me. Legitimately, the other guy on this channel is a better painter. But fuck it. Who cares? I think that this is probably the best way to get into it because me and you are getting into it together. So if you want to do this exactly the way I do it, if you want to follow me, we got two cameras going. Boop. I have these, which is 72 pastels. One thing that I've always heard my entire life is don't get pastels. They're so expensive. I think I've spent millions of dollars on oil paint, and this cost $50, and I bought this like a year and a half ago. So, and I'm not even halfway. I haven't even finished one. Like, I would say black is the most used. I don't even think I'm at half of a black pastel. So, they last forever. They're not very expensive. I'll put the link to this one in the bio or whatever one I can find. Don't think I can find this because I bought Noah some. But I'll give you a link to a good brand that I think will do it. Will do the trick. As far as canvas goes, don't buy a fucking canvas. You don't need it. Well, what I would recommend you do, if you really want to do this, is I have this notebook called a Casson, I guess. I just got a big notebook. I think it was like $20 or something like that. If you have a canvas, it's like a little bit coarser, and the wood on the back of it, if you don't get like canvas board, if you get like actual, it's harder with pastel, in my opinion. I have no clue what I'm talking about, but I just know that this, when I draw on it, it feels good because it's really smooth, and that really gets me going as a bit of an autist. So we have our pastels. We have two cameras, harmonica, Yeti bottle, not bragging. Real lemons in there, and they keep getting inside the straw. So, is it worth it? Is the luxury worth it? I don't fucking know. Sponsored by Royal Dansk. All right. So today I want to paint a duck. I have a reference photo here. Picture of a duck. That's what I'm considering giving him a hat. But I'm going to kind of show you guys sort of the art style that I go with. I like more of like a cartoony thing because that's the only thing I'm good at. I'm like a half decent drawer, which is another reason why pastels are so good. I'm horrible with a paintbrush. So yeah, I figured come here. Even if you don't want to, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of shit. I'm just going to kind of be rattling off whatever's on my mind. So, even if you don't want to paint, hopefully this is entertaining enough. Hopefully I edit it good enough. I don't know. We'll see. That's future problems. But right now we got some pastels. There's my black. And I'm going to show you guys how I do a duck bill. What I do about a duck bill, how I've learned how to do it, is by just doing a Looney Tunes duck bill. That's how I describe it. So Looney Tunes duck bill, sort of like this. Yeah. Start like that. Basic shape. How am I doing so far? Then what you do, let's see if I got a Looney Tunes duck bill already drawn down there. Yeah. Yes. So you do that. Then, where we go from there is up. I don't like where I started on this. I started too high up. I took up too much fucking space on the goddamn thing. But that's okay, because we're just doing it on something like this. So I can always just, whoop. It's meaningless now. I've rendered it meaningless. I think my issue was I have a little sketch of one down there of just the duckbill because I was sketching a bunch last night and all my discards are here. So what I need to do is just go fresh. I need to go fresh. So wait, what I would do, let's go there. Did I fuck that up again? How did I fuck that up again? Give me a fucking minute. What the fuck? Running through these fucking things. All right, so what I would do is go. What I would do is go here. And then it's still fucked up. The duckbill is the whole thing now. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I so fucking stupid? Okay. So you have that little shape. Come up here with that. Going up to there. Down to there. And up. It's okay if you fuck up a little bit. It's not really gonna matter. Cause we're always giving a little bottom lip there. We're going to keep changing this, and the good thing about Pastels is you just kind of smudge it. Like, the whole thing that I do with these things is I just sort of, I just smudge. It's the old draw and smudge. I don't know if I already said that in this video. I'm fucked up. I'm all fucked up now. I know Daffy Duck's got a little bit of a side action going on over here, but I might leave that out. Oh, no. The good thing is, it literally doesn't matter. Smudge that to let myself know that I'm not using that. And then what we're going to want to do is create the rest of the duck head here. So a little bit in. Boom. And then, do ducks? Yeah. Go back to the reference photo. Oh, yes, they do have a neck. And that's kind of a duck. It's not great right now, but it doesn't have to be. That's kind of the good thing because realistically, I want it to be out there. Just fix it. You'll fix it later. It doesn't matter. So if that's the side of the duck's head, let's give him a little bit of eye over here. I'm going to give him classic. I know we're doing a bit cartoony, and I would do sort of a cartoon eye like this. Let me show you how I would do a cartoon eye. Maybe something like... something like that, like a SpongeBob-y type of thing, with an old inkwell, type of that little slit in the eye. I do like doing that, but I think for this guy, let's just stick to he's got these deep black duck's eyes, and then maybe we'll add in a little something later. I'm not coloring in fully yet because I don't know. I might want to change stuff, but he's a duck so far. Hat. Do we give him a hat? So, from what I remember on how to do a Looney Tunes hat is like that. So that would be your basis of the hat. That's the flap. It's a fedora. And then you kind of come in like that and give him like a nice little weird one. You know, Looney Tunes ones are always like very like wrinkly. So give him that. Give him a little crevice right there. Some right there. He's got a little hat on. Look, it's not the best duck in the world, but he's not finished yet. And I don't know. What are you going to do? We're just trying to have a little bit of fun. Let's keep pushing on here. So now we're going to get kind of into the coloring aspect of it. So what the fuck's a duck look like? So what I do know a duck has is down here. It's going to be a bit of a darker brown. Hi. I have a question for you. Do you like this shirt? What if I told you that the only way to get it is for free at patreon.com/twoheadeddogcomedy. You get there, you join the kennel for $3 a month. Your name is automatically put into a wheel, which we spin periodically, pull 10 names, and you get a free t-shirt. Guess what else you get? A weekly podcast. I know you need another one of those. And just to prove to you that it's a fun time, here's a clip. Does the chair, look in the camera, does the chair play?
Yeah.
I'm taking my glasses off.
Whoa, you can't see.
No, Noah.
Was that remind you of your brother's penis?
What I'm going to do right now, before I get into kind of just chatting with you guys and like making this more of a podcast than anything, is I'm just going to start coloring. Because if I color and you follow along, you'll see that it's the most passive type of fucking painting you'll ever do with these things. So I have here, that's not what I want. I want like a brown, but I want like a darker brown. Is it green? No, perfect. I got like this darker brown. What's the color on this freaking thing? Brown. And what ducks have are like these lines. So they would have like a line somewhere here. And then he would go, you know, it would go somewhere down here. You don't have to do too much yet, because we can always fill in later. And then I'll kind of do some over here. I'm just kind of mapping out where the colors are going to be. And I'm sure there's people out here that like do pastels and shit, and they're like, oh, he's doing it wrong. This thing is wrong. Who gives a shit? Coloring with expensive crayons. There's just this thing is wrong. I paid for them. I do whatever I want with them. Now we have the head. The head's my favorite part because it's like this green. It's like a beautiful green. So let's do dark first. This darker green. I mean, they should literally call this mallard green. It's perfect. Dark green. That's what it says. Let's give him a little bit around the edges here. I know what you're saying. This looks like shit, Dylan. Why are you even doing this video? I'm telling you, trust the process. I'm also not giving it the most care in the world because, you know, we got to speed this thing up. You guys don't want to be here all day. You guys all got stuff to do. You got families. I don't. I have nothing to do until 4 o'clock when my girlfriend gets off work. Oh, she's actually going to a work event today. I have nothing to do for the rest of my life. And we'll do that. So he's got a little bit going on here. For some reason, I want to put some down here as well. Oh, for the love of fuck's sake. He's supposed to have a line of white right there. Well, suck me dry. We'll have to fix that. I do have white, but it's going to be fucked with the green. We'll figure it out. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe this is a duck that doesn't have that. Now the bill. What color do we make the bill? Well, we'll go with this yellow. I'm guessing it's yellow. Dark yellow. I think that this is the move. Another thing with pastels is you gotta do a lot of cleaning off of them. That's about it. That's why you got your paper towels, dude. So we just God, this is the best. It's just fucking coloring. It's so sick. So then you just have a duck bill. I'm going to get to the hat later because I don't know what color I want to make it yet. But you got the gist at this point. So again, the point of this whole thing is to sort of make a little bit of wholesome content. Everything out there is, you know, comedians complaining about other comedians. But why aren't all the comedians just doing pastels and painting ducks with hats? This is another thing you should get. Go to Goodwill, get a fucking smock. And then I love it. I don't care about it. And then all the stains are cool because they're like receipts for your paints. You know? Shows you all the work we put in. This is a shirt I wear on all the Noah's Paints. Signed by a bunch of comics. I love it. Yeah. The other day, I was walking with my girlfriend, and we walked by an old man, and the old man was wearing what can only be described as a Chinese hat. You know the one, the pointy one. And he was a white man, and I didn't think he was going to acknowledge our existence, but he did. And he looked at me and he said, sometimes it just is how it always is, man, huh? And I went, yeah. And then about 2 days later, I went to a thrift store with Noah, and the old man walked in. And I had just told Noah, swear to God, 20 minutes prior to this, who the man was and what had happened. And he walked in, and this is sort of a trendy thrift store that does a lot of stuff with, like, collage. So they have a lot of magazines. Some of the magazines are lewd, and they have a gay porn section, essentially. And the old man in the Chinese hat, who came in wearing the exact same thing I saw him in, which was a Chinese hat and a Save Chinatown's t-shirt. He proceeded to spend 20 minutes looking through a pile of gay porn. He was there when we walked in. He was there when we walked out. I don't know if I should do another green. They got a little bit of blue in their green, too. I mean, there's like a little blue shine in the reflection of the sun. If you are like a pastels guy, and you do this often, and you have pointers for me, please comment them. I'm not like not taking criticism here. I'd love some. I'd love to know if I'm doing something that could be done easier, better, a little bit nicer. I could start mixing. Let me see if I can try to fix what's going on down here. That might have made it worse. All right. That's not doing a horrible job. That's good. That's good enough for this old sailor. Ugh. The other day I was thinking about, like, I don't remember the first time I jerked off. I kind of wish I did. Because it's like, what goes through your mind? You know? You don't know what semen is. Well, I went to a Catholic school. They didn't tell us. So nobody knew what the hell it was. You don't know what it looks like. Because when I started jerking off, I was jerking off to American Pie, The Naked Run, and also there was another one. Back at band camp, maybe? The offshoots that only got by sort of just for the fact that they had a ton of tits in them. So that's what I was whacking to. And obviously there's no crumb in there. So I just wonder what went through my little head when an entirely new element was introduced into my life. A whole new thing. You know? Because I don't remember if I was scared. I don't remember if I was pumped. How do you know what the value of it is? Because it's an element. It's essentially an element. You know, is it like Formica? Is it like a shiny rock that you're like, I don't know if I should leave this behind, if I need to take this with me? Just use your fingers. There might be some of these pastel guys that'll say, or those toxic pastels, they might, you shouldn't have it on your fingers. To that, I'm aware of the risk, and I don't give a shit. I think it's stupid. You know, the odds of it getting into my bloodstream through my fingers, probably not going to happen. And then I just need to wash my hands afterwards, which I was going to do anyway. So yeah, look at that. Blend it in. And if you're even a guy who's like, oh, I'd love to get into this, but An easel is too expensive. This was $30 on Amazon. I built this last night. I have a more expensive easel, but the expensive one's heavy as fuck. It's harder to put to get. This is just fold it and put it back up. I'll put the link to this too because it's decent. So yeah, I'm not sponsored by anybody else except for Royal Dansk, your grandmom's favorite cookie company. Yeah, something like that. Ducks have sort of like a grayish thing going on in the back. I want to see how I should recreate that. Maybe with a color like this. Maybe that was a mistake, but fuck it. I don't know much about color theory. I don't know much about anything with art. I just know when I go, that looks all right. You know, something like that. It's got sort of a feather pattern on it. You know, which is entirely unintentional. I didn't know that was going to happen, but it did. Something like that. You know it's a duck. That's cool. Been watching a lot of Epstein videos recently. Kind of just realized that I sort of just get all of I watch the news, so I get all my information from videos that just start with
I want to make a few official statements. Number 1, I do not want to take my own life. I have no desire to die, and if I do die in the next couple of months, you know who did it.
Guys being like, before I start this video, I want to let you know that I do not have any intention of harming myself. And if something is to happen to me, then you know exactly who did it. I have 1,300 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm going to blow this whole thing out of proportion. Not that the Epstein thing's blown out of proportion. I think it's fully under proportioned, TBH. It's pretty fucking nuts. But I was like, I don't know enough about it. I'm still stuck on the fact that Stephen Hawking was on the island. I'm like, how are we glancing over that? And then I went on Snopes, and I was like, did Stephen Hawking have midgets dance for him? Or did he, what was he doing? He was putting algebra. The rumor was that he would put algebra on the board and then make them try to do it, but it was too high up. He'd watch them reach with their little butts. My fucking harmonica. Yeah, I don't think that that's true. Snopes certainly doesn't think that that's what happened. The bill is currently in disarray right now. The duck bill's fucked. So I'm fixing the bill a little bit just by directly going, balls to the wall on the crown. Duck bills aren't clean. Not in real life. They're nasty, and they have probably the smell of other ducks' pussy on it. It cleaned up better than I thought it would. So, now, I'm going to leave the duck bill until sort of the end when we begin to refine. Is this thing still fucking recording? Don't fucking tell me that this thing stopped recording. Took a quick break to wash the black pastels off my hands, and also that camera gave up, so I had to go change another battery. I think it overheated. So where we were at was that I smudged a bunch of this. The bill got very dirty. And then all I had to do was just kind of go give it a once over with the pastel. So now here we are. We have a fully formed duck. And yeah, we just need to do basically where what I would say where we're at right now is I need to do something with the inside of his mouth. I need to blend all of his head. I need to do something with the eyes, and I need to color the hat. And then I think that might be the end of where we're at today. Maybe I'll just come back and give it a nice little background. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll just call it this. Maybe it's a duck in white. But I'll probably give it a background. I'll probably do just like a solid color in the back, which is what I like to do. So if I do that, I'll probably just do it off camera and then come back on, show you guys what the end product was. It's looking like a fucking duck with a hat. The hat's not done yet, but the hat will be done, man. I'm unemployed. I got nothing to do. You know, I've been staying up till about 3 a.m. every night, watching iceberg videos and playing Red Dead Redemption poker, RDR1.
Time to get out.
Playing poker because I want to get $1,000 earned in gambling so that I can get the scavenger outfit, which is one of the harder outfits to get. I'm trying to get it early in the game. So that's where I'm at. You know, I can't complain because I don't have a job right now. I'm living a bit off the government. And, you know, I get to wake up fucking late every day and just say, hey, what am I going to do? And the fact that I've been doing it for a month and I haven't been doing this, it's kind of like, why? You know? Why have I been depriving myself of the things that I like? Maybe because I think I don't deserve them. I don't know. These lemons are making it very hard to drink this. I want to try to start trying to start conversations with strangers, because I never do. And I feel like it's an important part of life. I feel like it's an important part of society that's been extremely lost as of recent years. And that kind of bums me out. Because you gotta talk to your neighbors, man. Like, I don't know any of my neighbors. None of them, I don't think, really know me. And it's sad. It's a little scary, too, because it's like, what if I need help? You know, we all need help sometimes. And I don't have that. Not around here, at least. I'm thinking about live streaming these because I'm struggling to talk. And I feel like if I live stream them, you guys can talk to me and I can use you for my content. God bless the broken road that led me straight to Jews. President of Mexico is Jewish. Can you believe that? Can you? Okay, the head is going way better than the bill did. I must say I'm proud of this. I like what I ended up doing with these colors. Let me see how this blue blends in, though. This is going to be sort of important because the blue is a bit of a curveball. If it shows, I just want it to show ever so slightly as well. I don't want it to be too much of a thing. I don't want it to be the whole show, but I want it to be a little bit of a shebang. I'm digging the way the green's blending. I'm digging this. I think we have something here. I imagine being the guy. There had to be a kid, right, who came for the first time and thought something was medically wrong, right? And like went to his mom about it. There has to be. There has to be a kid, you know, the kid who woke up one day, said, oh, I'm going to jerk off, nothing's going to come out, as has been happening for the last month and a half. I wonder if the ladies know that. Do the ladies know that? That when you start, nothing happens? Just kind of dust in the wind, really. It's all meaningless. But then one big day, and it all just happens at once. Your whole life changes. You've discovered a new thing, new element, as we've already decided. You've given it monetary value, at least a little bit in your head. There's how much money would you spend to have to clean this up in 5 minutes, you know? And for me back in the day, it would have been $1 million. Okay. Let's try that. Add a little bit at a time, man. When you get to this point, you don't want to go too heinous on stuff because you might not like it. That's what he needed. Okay. I'm not minding this. I'm digging this. I'm digging this heavy. I discovered a new lane of TikTok that I'm currently in. Let me know if anybody else is doing it. It's a mix between two types of video. It's people rioting in England because they're not allowed to fly their flags, and apparently the migrants are running amok. And the sort of the devastation being caused by that, people getting kicked out of their houses to make room for these migrants. I don't really have an opinion on either way, because again, I don't know why I'm even getting the stuff. I'm just a young Irish lad, kind of reveling in the fact that England's failing, and Angel Reese lowlights. So it's a weird night last night. There we go. That's something. I feel like this could be the ramblings of a madman. How funny would it be if at the end of this video I just pull that shotgun and blow it all away? He just paints a duck with a hat. And that's it. And that's the end of old Dill Guy. Yeah, it looks like a duck. What color do we make the hat? I like to give a pop. What's a good pop? Do I not have red? 72 colors. I don't have red. That can't be. That literally cannot be. Is this red? Looks red. This is Carmen. Is Carmen red? Yeah, San Diego. Yes. Is that why her name is that? I've also been watching a lot of trading card game stuff. I'm trying to get into it. I don't play trading card games, and I never have. But I really like collectible shit. And I went to one with Mr. Tim Butterly once to a trading card convention. And boy, was it a ton of fun to see those guys operate. And it's kind of fucked up because the only times you ever actually see like the clips of these things are when everything goes fully awry. I don't know how to explain it because there's people stealing, right? And that's kind of what you want to see because you want to see the train crash. But then you realize that the guys stealing it are like fully fucking. You know what I mean? They're fucking tisses. They're rotisserie chickens. They are. Full blown. Fucked. They've never spoken to people. There's a chance that they thought that that's how you buy it because they've never even interacted with anybody other than to buy something off of eBay. So they have these kids going to this trading card convention who have never even been around a person in their entire life, and now they're thrown into this world of just wall to wall, butts to bows, dude. Chubby guys. Nobody's really. Cleanliness is an issue. And, maybe you're like a young autistic man and your mom really keeps a clean house. And they just are fucked. They're completely fucked guys. And they go up and then they try to, like, just pick up a card and put it in their pocket. And then you just have, like, kind of a bro-y dude now because, like, those guys have gotten into this because of, like, the Logan Paul dudes. And you're just, like, this little autistic guy. You have no clue what's going on. You know that what you're doing is bad. I'm not going to give them that excuse. They know what they're doing is bad. But they think that another guy who is like them is going to come up, and they think they're going to get, like, the interaction with a dude that's like, why are you doing that? And then they can be like, oh, my apologies. You know what I mean? Like, that's a perfect interaction for that guy. But what they're getting is like a Logan Paul type of, yo, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like when I went to the trading card convention, every single dude there had a gun. There's no bones about it. Every single dude there had a gun and said, I've pulled my gun out on people who have tried to steal from me because these cards are worth thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? Like we're sitting in front of a table and the dude's like, this is $100,000 worth of merchandise. I need a gun on me. And it's like, yeah, man, I guess. But like, you're going to shoot Forrest Gump just for picking up a piece of cardboard and walking away with it? And I get it, man. Like, you can't steal, but like, these dudes that are just like walking up being like, yo, dude, where the fuck you going with that? It's like, this kid, he's not even going to resell it. That's the other thing. These people who are stealing it, they're not resellers. Some of them are. But like the kid who's stealing it, he's just like, I need this. I need this for my collection because I've been itchy ever since I've started the collection. And this is the only thing that's going to make me not itchy anymore. And you got to go, fuck, man. You can't steal, but also you probably shouldn't get the gun pulled on you for it. You know? There's a fine line there, I think. I think there's a line there that the TCG community really needs to figure out. You know? Or there's guys faking. There could be dudes that are there that are acting autistic and being like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And then it's like, realistically, they're like a mastermind. They're like, I'm going to sell this Charizard for so much fucking money. You have no idea. Give me all your Charizards, you bitch. The women dress like sluts, too. It's crazy. The women at these things. It's so nuts. It's the only place where you can see genuinely. It's the only place I've ever seen where there were truly zeros with tens. Just absolute mammoths of guys. Just, and zero, I'm not even talking about looks. I'm talking about like, this is a guy whose entire life is a trading card. Not even the trading card. This is a guy whose entire life is buying these trading cards to then sell to autists for more money. They're scalping. These are guys that are tackling guys at the Pokemon card vending machine. And they are walking around with the baddest chicks dressed in Mortal Kombat gear and wearing Jack Skellington necklaces. It's really fucking unbelievable stuff, man. And it I don't know why, but I need to be in the community. I need it. It really is. I have buddies in it now, like because of comedy and everything. I have friends in it. Shout out to King Soul. He's helping me out with some trading card stuff that me and Noah are going to be doing on this channel. And yeah, dude, it's so fucking crazy. I need it. I need to be a part of it. I need to see what these guys operate. I need to operate with these men. I need to get a gun. The hat's actually looking sort of a way that I want it to. The hat's giving me, I don't know why. It's giving me like an animated version of Crank Yankers, and I don't know why, but I love it. I love the way this hat turned out. There's a couple of things I'm gonna do. I'll fill in a couple of spots, but other than that, I'm kind of happy with this. What I'm gonna have to do is go over it with my black here. Oh, I don't like that anymore. I fucked it. It's not my favorite. I liked where I was going with it, but I do think I ruined it at the end. I mean, it's a duck wearing a hat. That's for damn sure. You know? That's a duck. And he's wearing a hat. Give him a little something in here. that's the duck. What I'm probably going to do now is just fill in the background, which I'll keep you for a little bit of that. But but it's all editing. What am I even talking about? So what we have now is a duck, and he is wearing a hat. There's some things with the outline that I'm going to have to fix, but I will do that after I get this background done. Color-wise for the background, what I'm thinking, something, I guess noir, right? What I should be focusing on. So color, that would sort of be like a noir color. Maybe this purple. It's a little dark. Like a lighter purple. That. Yeah, fuck it. So, there's no easy way about the background of this thing. This is where oil painting is definitely easier to deal with because, and if you are a pastel guy, please let me know how you do this. Do you blend it at all? Do you just like lay it on thick the whole way and just go, that's the background? And then you just like wasted an entire thing. It's Noah's girlfriend's birthday. And he needed to go get her a gift, and she's into like that. A couple of those like Pop Mart things. Not like Labubu, but like Labubu-esque. Sold in the same stores that get ransacked for those fucking things, for the Labubus. And I forget what hers is, Lulu Pig. So she likes this thing. It's like, essentially it's just finding cool keychains. This pig. So I told Noah, I was like, hey, I don't have a job. I'll drive you. Let's go get you a Lulu Pig, pal. So we go to this store, and we walked into all these stores, and I realized that they have these things that my sister-in-laws, well, my girlfriend's sisters, that they love, which are Sunny Angels. You guys seen Sunny Angels, by the way? It's little babies wearing animal, like, hats, and their penises. They have penises on them. Well, little guys, so they're all boys. Or, you know, born genetically male, because you have to say that nowadays. So they're these fucking weird ass little things, and what I'm saying is like every single fucking chick is walking around with one of these now. But if you painted one of them on Ellen DeGeneres' fucking, you know, if you painted one and hung it in Ellen DeGeneres' dining room, everybody's up in arms. This country's going down in the fucking tubes, and it's Japan's fault. This is how Japan gets their revenge, man. It's how they get their revenge. They go, oh no, yeah, we'll get our act together. We're gonna become the fucking biggest industry for pedophilia coded toys. And then we're gonna make your daughters walk around with them, collect them. They're gonna spend thousands. They're gonna collect these things. And they're gonna have these things called Labubus. And everyone's gonna know that it's a trend. And everyone's gonna know that it's a fad that'll eventually crash and not be worth a damn thing. But they won't care. There we go. I had to peel this bitch back. You guys know. I had to peel a bitch back. There she is. So I filled in what I would call the majority of this background so far. And what I'm going to do is just kind of the motion that I'm doing at the moment. Go and see all this like dirty, so I'm going to try and clean that up with more purple. And then I'm not going to make you watch it, so I'm going to... Camera's off. And we're going to jump. We're going to jump to there. Ready? 3, 2. And we're back, and we have the background filled in. So as far as I'm concerned, we're about 90% of the way there. We just need to add a little bit of the touch-ups, try to make it look as pretty as possible, and then we have a painting of a duck. You know, this was just a piece of paper and some pastel, oil. Now it's a duck. You know, we made something today. We created something together. So let's get into it. What I do want to do is sort of touch up the bill a little bit, because I think that that's the weakest link right now. So take a little bit of black. Let me see what the hell I'm doing here. That's not the right. Is this dark yellow? It's just yellow. That's lemon yellow. Where the fuck's dark yellow at? I hit it. Fucker. I hit it, you fucker. Is it the best painting of a duck? No. Is it the best painting I could have made of a duck? Probably not. Is it the best painting I could have made of a duck in a hat right now under these circumstances, having filmed me painting for the first time ever? 100%. And there's something to be said about that. Is it a good thing to say? No. Is it you probably should stop doing it and kill yourself? Yep. Maybe. Is it calling me gay? Probably. And a pair of duck's eyes. Do you guys think that when we've talked about a lot of things today, guys. We talked about some Epstein stuff, which I think Stephen Hawking did go to the island, which is already damning. But I guess my question is, do you think there was ever a point, because he's in a wheelchair, or was, R.I.P. him, unless he molested children, in which case R.I.P., but the P stands for piss. Do you think there was ever a point where the private jet was lined up? And when you're on a private jet, you have to enter through, I'm guessing, tarmac, because that's the only way I've ever seen it in the movies. And I don't know how they would even possibly get him on the plane. You know what I mean? In a wheelchair. I don't know how they would get him on a private jet. But do you think there was ever a moment, maybe the first time, where like Epstein's like, hey, like, come on, get on the private jet. And he's like, oh, I don't want to, I don't know. And then Epstein's like, come on, dude, it's so fun. You got to get on the jet. So then he shows up, he wheels onto the fucking runway. The Lolita is there in full winged regalia. There's a sign that says, welcome, Stephen. And he sees those steps and he goes, what the fuck? He goes, I don't know. How am I supposed to do that? And then everybody kind of is around him. Like, there's probably like some wives and stuff around them. And they're like, ugh, like, I don't know how he's going to get onto that plane. I don't know. I mean, is he going to be able to? They're not direct. They're talking about him in front of him. He's like, is he going to be able to get onto the plane like that? How do we have a lift of sorts? Do you have like a scissor lift? And he's just sitting there in his chair and he's like, oh man, this was a mistake. He's immediately regretting all of the decisions, all of the nerd in him is coming out. He can't take it anymore. So then he just starts like slowly backing the chair up and going like, guys, I think I'm just I think I'm just gonna get out of here, guys. Seriously, it's not that big of a deal. I have other things I could have been doing anyway. It's truly, honestly, this is a good thing because I was pretty busy. And then Jeffrey Epstein comes up and he goes, hey man, puts a hand on his shoulder. I'd imagine Jeffrey Epstein was charismatic. Just puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, hey, we're going to get on that plane. We're going to fuck some kids. He goes, I don't care if we got to pick you up, put you on there myself. You're getting on that plane. And you think he was just like, okay, Jeffrey. And then he got on the plane and went and made midgets do algebra. Boop, little nostril. That just tied the entire thing together, I think. Let's fix this. I don't like that lower lip. I wish I didn't do that. Too late to apologize. It's too late. You know what, man? That's a duck with a hat. You know, the thing about art is knowing when to stop. And I told myself at the beginning of this video, right before, during my pump-up session where I was pumping myself up to do this, I I said, Dylan, you're gonna stop when you have a duck with a hat on. And oh, by God, by golly. I think I did it. Well, it's a duck with a hat on. Who the fuck knew? Is it my best? Absolutely not. But it is a duck with a hat on. It's exactly what I set out to be. It's pretty freaking close to what I thought it would end up being. And fuck me running, we did it. I almost want to cry. But folks, I think that's the end of that. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. If you've been a long time subscriber, we appreciate it because you're the reason we do this. So this is your fault. And if you just subscribed because you saw this video, color me pink and call me Sally. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you guys for watching. Probably gonna give this away to somebody on Patreon. So if you want, join the Patreon, you'll get the painting. So free t-shirts, paintings, everything. 2-Headed Dog comedy on patreon.com. Thank you.